Hi everyone. Hi Mom. Okay, I was asked to do a tutorial on how I did my butterfly that I showed on my tag. And so it's just going to be really quick. It's super easy. All you're going to need, I used a craft tag, but you can use anything you want to adhere your butterfly to. I like using the craft tags because, you know, you can do a few at a time even and just, you know, put them away in your stash, and then you've got them for later that you can, you know, when you get inspiration, you can pull one out and add to it. So these are the craft tags, and it's the number 12 size, the giant tag. But of course, you know, you can use the smaller ones, whatever. You're going to need Mod Podge, a brush, and I used Aleene's tacky glue. And what I'm using today are the memory box. Not this one, but I just wanted to show you that it comes solid, and then this is the layering one, so that you buy them separate. And then you're going to need the back of a napkin that you've separated, and this is just a single layer, and I've just ripped it up into smaller pieces. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've adhered my butterfly. So I've cut it out twice and layered one on top of the other. Now, I would suggest something on the heavier side, like a really lightweight chipboard or a good heavyweight cardstock. Just because you want the dimension so you can see that it is already kind of, you know, standing up a good ways above your page. So that's going to allow the napkins to go sink down farther, so you're going to get that more dips, and it's just going to be prettier, I think. Anyway, like art is very subjective, and you know, what you like, I might not like. What I might like, you might not like. So you're going to experiment and do your own thing. Now, normally I would go ahead and I would spray my tag, or, you know, do my inking or whatever first, but you don't really have to if you don't want to. What you can do is, if you get your butterfly looking like, oh, that's perfect, I love that, you can cut one of these out, lay it on top as your, you know, protector, just out of, you know, cheap paper, and then go ahead and ink up the rest of your tag, and that way you're not changing any of the color that you've done on your butterfly. Just a suggestion. Okay, so then what I did was, like I say, I already had my tag inked up. So I had a bit of color. I didn't do too much color behind it. I colored mine afterwards. So I took my Mod Podge, and I'm not going to be all fancy about this. I like a bit of a smaller brush. I have a little bit more control over my areas. So you're going to be fairly generous, but you don't want it like super goopy either, because that's going to build up layers as well. So you just go ahead and you just start painting sections. I'm actually going to do one full coat on here in case it ends up sticking where I don't want it. Okay. So you see, I'm just kind of moving it around so it's not building up too much in the holes, because you still want to be able to stick that down. Okay, so then what I did was I just kind of stuck that down and started pushing it. Now you're going to have to add more Mod Podge to your brush in order to keep that napkin wet. And it doesn't matter if it tears. So this is the cool thing about this. It doesn't matter if it tears, because you're just going to adhere it back down. Okay, and then I start dabbing and chiseling. So the side of the tips of your brush come in really handy. You don't want to lose the shape of the butterfly, so you just kind of keep chiseling it against the edge there. That's another reason why I like having the layered butterfly, you know, kind of standing up away from the page, because it gives you something for your brush to push against. And by the way, I'm feeling much better today. I actually almost finished an entire cup of coffee. I missed my coffee. I think it's been 4 days since I was able to get a coffee down me and not feel sick after. So, yay for me. Since I work at Starbucks, it's kind of makes it hard. Yeah, I haven't been to work either. Okay, so you see what I'm saying here? It's really simple. And by cutting them in, small pieces like that, it's easier to manipulate them. So I just keep layering and layering and layering until I get the look that I want. And then, of course, the drying, which is the part that I'm very impatient over. I don't like waiting. And I think having a smaller brush as well, you've got a little bit more control over what you're doing. Now, because you're adding so much Mod Podge, it is going to not be super clear. It will kind of go almost a milky, not quite milky, but it definitely won't be super clear because you are layering quite a lot. And you can see the napkin that I used had some turquoise in it. So it is laying down a little bit of the turquoise, which is fine with me. I kind of like that, so. I hope I'm getting this all on camera. I haven't even been looking. Sorry, guys. I get in the zone. Okay, now I'm going to build up the center a little bit more. I really love working with napkins. They are so much fun and so inexpensive. I find most of mine, honestly, at the dollar store. I've gotten some very pretty ones. You can do some fun things too with them. You can find the in the children's section there at the dollar store, they usually have coordinating napkins for parties and whatever. So it's a fun way to do some kids cards as well. Okay, I'm just going to add maybe one more piece. Just going to add a little bit more here. Stick that down. Really want to build this side up here. So I used a new gesso the other day. For anybody, I don't know if Opus is just strictly Canadian, but that's where I got it from, which is an art supply store here in Canada. And I used their brand, and it is fantastic. I really, really like it. I'm just trying to fill airtime. Oh, I just watched an interview with Bruno Mars, too. I didn't realize he's Hawaiian. Well, he was born in Hawaii, but his parents aren't Hawaiian. Talented young man. And who doesn't swoon over his love songs, right? Okay, now I'm just getting nuts. Okay. I swear it's the illness. Okay, there you go. So that is how I do my butterflies. Giving them texture. Inexpensive, super easy. The only thing you have to wait for is the dry time. Now, you can use your heat tool, which I will do a little bit. Move those so they don't blow all over the place when I turn it on. But you can see that's like, look how much I've got left, and that's I've already dipped into this one once. So one little, you know, and you want to separate them. You do want just one layer. I'm going to stick that in my water jug there. Now let me just, okay, so before I turn this on, when you're doing a tag as well, and you're adding a lot of wet to it, it will warp it. My one suggestion is that you can go ahead, you can double tag them if you want, which is kind of a waste, or do like a nice good cardstock on the back of it. Get that on before you do your front, and you'll have less warping. But as you dry, you know, you can smooth with your hand, and it will take some of the warping out, but not all of it. I mean, but hey, whatever. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this on for a sec. Just so it's not like super, super wet to the touch. As was mentioned in a video I was watching, his name is Adam. What an artist this guy is. He does all these art pages, you know, art journal pages, and I've been watching him lately, and yeah, he does some incredible stuff. But this actual idea came to me because I had been watching Kelly, I think her last name's Merton. She does the iQuick, which, you know, I'll probably upload this to the iQuick as well. She asked me to participate in it. And it's just a really great place for anybody to go and just get some techniques. And there's no judgments, you know, like you don't have to be a fantastic artist to go there, to participate. Just whatever you can bring to the table, right? So I was watching her one day, and she was using, you know, the back part of a napkin. I thought, well, that's pretty brilliant. So then when I was doing this challenge for Marilyn, you know, I thought to myself, well, I don't want just a flat butterfly. And that's when I remembered that Kelly had done this sort of cool technique, and I thought, hey, I'm going to try it and see what happens. So there you go. And so what I did was I used some of my spray. You can use like any spray you want. Maybe I'll try something different. Now, I have this gorgeous gold that I mixed up myself, and I think it's just gold shimmer. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Okay. Okay, if I can get the cap off, there we go. All right, and so, you know, you just randomly give it a spritz. And if it's too heavy for you, you take your paper towel, give it a dab, absorb the excess, and there you go. There's your butterfly. I can add a little bit of pink to that too. Oh, what else have I got here? Oh, I have all kinds. Ooh, I like this one. Maybe we'll go away from the pinks and let's hold it back a little. Okay. And then let's just do a quick thing of the pink. I love pink and brown together. Now you can dry in between these if you don't want them to muddy, which is a good idea, but you can see by spraying after, you get, you know, it'll kind of puddle around and also give you that shape around it. Now you can go ahead and layer over top of this as well. Now once it's completely dry, you can also ink over it to really bring out your ridges, which is really cool. I'm loving this color combination. And of course, everywhere that you put your Mod Podge, see what the effect is? I'll hold it up for you. Isn't that cool? I love that effect. I think that's awesome. Okay, so that's how you do it. And if you guys want to give it a try and then post your vids, I'd love to watch them. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps someone. Have a good day. Bye.